What's up, y'all? This is Ron coming back at you with yet another car video. Too many males act like victims out in this joint. Yeah, too many males act like victims. And I got real issues with that. But before I go on, in the description box is a link. Because y'all remember back in April of 23, I did that Game Kings taping and seminar with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. And that was for the Game Kings 2 documentary. Well, I have a link for it in the description box. Not the seminar. I already shared that. But the actual documentary. That's in the description box. And if you want to see a trailer for it, just check out any of Mr. Locario's videos. I'll put a link to his latest video in there. Just check out the beginning of it. Check out the whole thing, really. But check out the beginning of it. That's a trailer showing what's in the documentary. And definitely check that out because Game Kings 2, the definition of a man, we really get into it. All right, so check it out. Game Kings 2. It was very powerful all the way around. The seminars and the documentary is very powerful. So definitely check it out, okay? But yeah, this victim thing which many males have out here is really disgusting. And I've talked about it a few times. I've talked about it more than a few times. Because I was talking with somebody in my inner circle the other night and was talking about how many males out here act like victims. Like, oh, it's that other man, that's why I'm in the position I'm in, or it's that woman, right? First of all, if you're a man, you are not a victim. If you're a man, you have power. And, you got forces out here, even some political forces out here that try to get men to think, oh, they're a victim and it's the theys who are doing something. The theys ain't doing shit. Because a real man has power out here. A real man is going to make it. It's like I said now, I'm obviously a black man. But y'all never heard me once say the white man this or that. All I've said about the white man is that they would have to genetically engineer a white man to stop me from doing what I had to do. And I've come across some straight up racists and stuff. And they back down. And I ain't sit around and say, well, I ain't do this or that. Whatever I wanted to do, I do. Whatever a man wants to do, he wants to do. And now you got a lot of guys out here, instead of working on themselves, they pointing to the women. Oh, the women don't want me, or the women this, or the women that. Let me tell you something my mother taught me when I was young. She said, don't be afraid of anything smaller than you. You got some guys acting like some women define them to the point of, they can't do something, or this woman didn't want them, or woe is me, I don't look like Chad, or, I don't look like Tyrone, is this or that. Man, bullshit. What the fuck you acting like a victim for? A man is just going to build up his best self. If anybody is really paying attention to everything I talk about, it goes beyond getting some pussy. It's really about building yourself up as a man. Even my books. Yeah, I start off telling you how to get a woman, but really, what do I end up with? Talking about being a real man. I talk about that in my book, Sexual Chemistry, as well. That goes beyond it. Like a real man, his best relationship is with himself. A real man, he's on his purpose, on his mission. A real man, nothing stops him. And yeah, he might run into some obstacles or something, but he ain't gonna say, well, no, I ain't built this up, or I ain't get this done because of that force or that force or that force. Man, fuck all that shit. Fuck all that shit. That shit's some weak thing. And you got some males out here acting like victims and then wondering why a woman don't want that man inside of her or male inside of her. And I mean male, not man, because a real man, a woman gonna want that person. She gonna want that man inside, but she don't want some male on some victim shit. Talking about woe is me and all that. They ain't turning a woman on. Shit. And really, if you acting like a victim out here, that's your life. That's good. That go beyond getting with some woman or something. That's your life. Because if you're a victim, then you're not gonna make it in life. I haven't met any or seen any millionaires or men who are really doing something acting like victims, regardless of their background, regardless of where they are. If a man got to start from scratch, he gonna start from scratch. You could put a real man, you could start him with nothing. Because you remember a few years ago, I said if you really wanted to be red pill, sell all your shit, move to a town or a city that you don't know anybody, you don't have nothing. And you'll know if you'll be red pill in a year or dead. And I meant that too. I wasn't just saying that either. Because the thing that's going to do is going to bring out the manhood in you. Now, if you don't have it in you, or you got a lot of guys out here on some, they think the world owes them something, or they running around with some entitlement, man, that's some bullshit. That's some straight bullshit. You ain't entitled to, only thing you entitled to is what you willing to work for. Ain't nobody out here entitled. You got some dudes crying and stuff, and then they looking for Big Daddy to save them. Man, fuck all that shit. Fuck all that shit. If you're a man, you gotta figure out what you're gonna do, and you gotta do it. That's inside of you. If you act like a victim, you already lost. Because how's another man keeping you from doing anything? How's a woman keeping you from doing anything? Whatever force. Because here's the issue. It's like, I'll use that thing because people always talking about that height thing, right? That height thing. And I still get some dudes out talking about height, or some dudes doing some stuff despite their stature and everything. I get some little cry bitches on here. Yeah, I say the word bitches. They crying about it. Like, I'm this, I'm that. Yeah, hold up. That's where you at. But yet you get your men who stand up anyway. They say, okay, this is my stature. I'm still going to do some shit. They ain't acting like a victim or something like that. They still getting theirs. Still knocking down women. Still making their money. Doing whatever they got to do. Those are men. Those are men and stuff. Meanwhile, you got some dudes who might have all that, might have that height or something like that, acting like some victims. Man, please. Fuck all that victimhood shit. Fuck all that victimhood shit. And I say that for anybody. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. If you a man, you got to go up here and do your thing. If you a man, you got to figure out how you going to live your life, what you going to live your life, and you got to let nothing stop you. Only thing I would just say as a man, you don't interfere with nobody else's shit. Or try to put down someone. See, that's some victimhood shit right there, when you try to put down somebody else or something. Try to put down a male trying to put down another man. That screams victimhood right there. They ain't stopping you. How they stopping you? Nobody stopping you from getting an education. Nobody stopping you. Fuck all that shit. Nobody stopping you from getting certified or doing what you got to do. Or even women. Like, I can't stand when some dudes be up there like women this and women that. They ain't bigger than you. Can a woman fuck you up? Can she physically fuck you up? And these same guys will be like, well, I'm smarter than a woman. But yet that woman, just by her gender, is messing you up. You acting like a victim based on that shit. Man, fuck all that shit. Fuck all that victimhood shit. That's why a lot of people, look, some people have noticed it, man. I don't have it. I didn't have time for it coming up. I ain't had time for it. I went through some shit. Like, it wasn't easy coming up. I had to go through a lot of shit. It was not easy. I said, fuck that shit. There were some things I wanted to do. Yeah, did I come across some obstacles? Yeah, I did. Did I let anything stop me? No, whatever. Heck, yeah, I remember this time, last year? I couldn't even eat. I couldn't even eat. I was still using a walker. I'm still getting over my stroke. I had a stroke. Did I let that stop me? Nah. Shit, even when I was at the therapy center, that's one thing. The nurses noticed one thing. Even when I wasn't in direct therapy with a physical therapist, I would get my walker out and like walk that whole center. And trust me, it was tough. But I wasn't letting nothing stop me. I was shit. If they had better, probably would have been doing videos if they had better Wi-Fi. That's the only thing. Probably would have been doing videos. But shit. And even when I started doing videos again, some bitch ass motherfucker on one of my channels talking about, hey, you should rest and all of that. Man, fuck all that shit. Man, my ass could sit up. Fuck all that. You know? Because as a man, one thing as a man, you just gotta do what you gotta do. A man is a force of nature. Fuck all what everybody's saying. Fuck all these women saying, oh, we don't need men. Forget them. They lying like shit. They lying like shit. And they gonna say that. Anybody who listen to that shit or go by that shit, a male. Biological male. That's about it. They deserve whatever. A man is a force of nature. A man finds his territory. You know? A man don't embrace no victimhood. No matter what the situation is, a man figure out how he gonna fix something, how he gonna do something, whatever. Shit. He gonna figure it out. Hell, this time last year, I couldn't even drive. That's how bad it was. I couldn't even drive and shit. But I said, nah, I'm gonna be driving. I'm gonna be doing some stuff. Shoot, this past weekend with my family, shoot, we were driving someplace. That was a 2.5 hour drive. I drove there, drove back, didn't show any signs of, oh, yeah, I'm hurting or something like that, man. Fuck all that shit. And, you know, sometimes people be on getting my comments and they say, well, I'm doing something that. And he knows that comments disappear. And I have no problem storing it. Because I don't got time for that weakness and shit, man. I can't stand that shit. Seriously, I don't have time for it. This is a channel for wolves. You know, I meant that shit. I remember when I had like 200 some subs, or, you know, I wasn't doing, I ain't have 100,000 or 1,000,000 subs. People say, hey, you should have more subs. Nah. I want the wolves. Every now and then I get somebody say, well, you should do this or you lose some subs. I don't give a fuck. I want some wolves. Shoot. Like Gabriel in the Bible, you know, he did his thing with 300 men. Shoot, if I gotta go down to 1,000 subs, hey, I'm good. If they 1,000 men who gonna do some shit, ain't I crying like a victim? You know. And shoot, and in fact, that victimhood, that lack of victimhood shit, y'all knows I don't really, it's very, very rare I go in on women. And even when I do, I say, well, the women doing this, but the men doing this. Even then. Because I don't have time for that shit. Be hearing some grown-ass men and shit, like crying and shit. Or grown-ass males. I'm giving them the benefit by even calling them men. Grown-ass males crying about some women. They can't do shit to you that you don't allow. And I've said that in videos before. A woman can only do to you what you allow. Dudes getting played by women, getting all this stuff. It was like, well, shit. She hold a gun to your head, motherfucker. Shit. Fuck all that victim shit. And the thing a man has 100% responsibility over, 100% control over is himself. If you're getting played by women, treated a certain way by women and stuff, look at yourself. They ain't obligated to do shit for you. And they can't do anything until you don't allow. Get some guys played for money by some women and all of that, man. Whatever. What the fuck ever. Shit. You don't have time for all of that mess. You don't have time for it. As a man, you gotta get out here and just do what you want to do. As a man, you're going to decide what your mission is, what your purpose is. And, let another man ain't gonna stop it. And that's even if you gotta fight. That's even if you had to fight. Even if you gotta throw hands. Fuck all that shit. Once you get past a certain age, see, one of the problems we got in this society, though. One of the problems we got, we got a couple problems. One, we don't have a rites of passage. So, despite a male's age, and I keep interjecting them, but I gotta be really, really clear. These are males. Anybody embracing victimhood is males. Is a male. They're a biological male. They can't help that. But being a man is deeper than that. But we don't have a rites of passage for a lot of these males and everything. We don't have a lot of rites of passage. And then you got a lot of forces, a lot of content creators, a lot of whatever wants to blame everybody else for their bullshit. Man, fuck all that. If you're a man, or you try and be a man, you're going to stand up. You're going to take responsibility for yourself. And you ain't going to put that on anybody else. If you ain't in a place in life or you get burned, you take responsibility. Even if somebody else do some bad shit to you, why were you there in position for them to do some bad shit to you? Seriously. I want y'all to think about that. Why were you in position for it? How they get away with it? You made a choice. A lot of times you made a choice. And nobody's not going to save you. Big Daddy government ain't going to save your ass. Big Daddy in the sky ain't going to save you. Big Daddy in the sky gave you everything you need to do. Fuck all that victim shit. I ain't down for it. And when I hear that shit, I'm just like, whatever. Like I said earlier, everything I wanted to do in life, I just did. I said nothing will stop me. Nothing. You can throw me in a hole. You can put up bricks around me. He ain't gonna stop me. A woman sure as hell ain't gonna stop me from doing whatever. Because like I said, if you allowed a woman to stop you, they remember you allowed that victim shit. That's why, like I said earlier too, that's why I don't have any patience. You come on here with some victim shit, that shit get deleted. And you keep coming with it, you just get blocked. I don't have no time for no damn crybabies over here, man. Fuck all that shit. This ain't the channel for you. This ain't the channel. You gonna be crying and all that shit, man. That's some bitch ass shit, man. Fuck all that. You trying to be a man. If you gonna roll with me, you being a man, you standing up, you taking responsibility. And yeah, bad shit probably happened to you. Bad shit happened to us all. But like I said, when bad shit happened to me, I don't be looking at the other person. I'll be like, well, damn, how they get in a position? I went for it. I went for it. I took responsibility. If a woman didn't like me, I didn't claim some shit. That's why I say I really ain't been played, because I ain't play that shit. If I read something, there been some small shit. Because even that one thing I did say, this woman got me on, not showing up a couple times we were supposed to meet way back in the day. I still don't blame her. I can run into her now and be like, hey, what's up? I still wouldn't be mad at her or try to do anything. Because I'd be like, well, damn. The only way that shit happened was I put myself in that position. So even in some situations like that, you went for it. You got one time to fool me. Yeah, you did some shit, but then why'd you go for it? And that's one thing. That's one thing out here. Like I can't stand it. Like this is about to come to an end anyway. This video. About to get to where I'm going. Let's end it just talking about women. You get some guys want to blame women for this and women for that. Man, you ain't entitled to shit. That's some weakness, man. If you let a woman fuck with your head or something like that, man, you're weak. Yeah, fuck it. And don't come on here try to explain or rationalize it, man. You automatically get blocked. I don't have time for that shit. Man. You gotta take responsibility for what you allow. If a woman did whatever, why'd you allow it? Once you look at yourself, once you got control over yourself, then you got control over whatever. I want y'all to think about that shit. That victimhood shit, man. I'm just not down for it. And you're going to talk about manhood. That's why I got a link to the Game Kings 2 documentary. Everybody needs to watch it, because game go beyond just getting some pussy. Yeah, that's easy. We talking about life. As a man, you talking about living your best life, doing what you gotta do. Alright? As a man. Now, if you want to be some male on some victim shit, or they did this or they did that, man, fuck all that shit. Fuck all that shit, man. I don't have time for it, right? I don't want y'all to really think about it, right? Check out that documentary, though, for real. Really think about that whole victim shit, man. If you got that in your heart, you got that in your spirit, you need to work on yourself and get rid of it, because the world don't give a fuck. Seriously, let's just be real. We need more men out here. Seriously, things have changed. You get a critical mass of men who just stand the fuck up and just say, nah, we ain't playing that anymore. All right? So y'all think about that. Y'all do it, all right? Y'all have a good weekend otherwise. Peace.